After 6 months of action, we are here to celebrate their efforts. Honoring the achievements of a season of dedication. Welcome to the Texas Prospect Cup Award Show. Ladies and gentlemen, to the Texas Prospect Cup Esport Award Show. My name is Eric Alexander, aka Wolfie 2 the lead director here for TPC. And it's been a great season of action. These students have been able to put some big hard work as the season's gone along. We've seen so much improvement, new faces, familiar ones, but the same great outcome. And without them, we would not be able to do what we do here and provide a great place for them to be able to have a competitive environment to continue growing, continue finding ways to flourish, and more importantly, continue getting their passion to the next level. Tonight, we have a lot of awards to be able to talk about, and it's one where it gives us a great honor to be able to recognize these students, because these students, they've been able to really show out, and it's been one where we've seen them throughout this year grow in front of our eyes, and we want to make sure we honor them for all that they've been able to do for us, and some most that we can do for them. But we have 8 awards to talk about here tonight. The Newcomer of the Year. Every great journey starts somewhere, and this award recognizes the player who made an immediate impact on day one. Whether they are new to esports, new to their team, or competing for the first time, they show dedication, talent, and a bright future ahead. The Rising Star. This award recognizes a player whose potential is impossible to ignore. They have consistently demonstrated skill, leadership, and growth while proving they're one of the future faces of Scholastic Esports. The Most Improved Player. Success isn't always about where you start. It's about how far you're willing to go. This award honors a player who showed tremendous growth throughout the season, improving their skill, confidence, and impact on the league. The No Days Off Award. Champions are built through consistency. The No Days Off Award recognizes a player who showed unmatched dedication, always putting in the work, showing up for their team, and striving to improve every single day. Their commitment set the standard for everyone around them. The Best Middle School Player. This award celebrates the top middle school competitor in our community. Through outstanding performance, sportsmanship, and determination, this player has established themselves as one of the brightest young talents in Scholastic Esports. The Best High School Player. The Best High School Player Award honors an athlete who consistently performed the highest level while representing their school with excellence. Through skill, leadership, and competitive success, they have earned recognition as the top high school player in our community. Top Esport Program. Great players thrive in great environments. The Top Esport Program Award recognizes a school that has demonstrated excellence through leadership, player development, community involvement, and competitive success. This program has helped shape the future of Scholastic Esports. The Most Valuable Player. The Most Valuable Player Award is our highest individual honor of the evening. This award recognizes a player whose impact, performance, leadership, and competitive excellence has set themselves apart throughout the season. Their contribution elevated their team and inspired everyone around them. It is our privilege to present this year's honors to all our student athletes. Continue to show 8 awards, but I think every one of these students deserves something out of the end of the day. But we have to find out who will see themselves really rising to the top, and it's one where the Newcomer of the Year, the new face of the league, is always going to see himself having a lot of extra eyes. And one person who's had a lot of eyes on him this year, Texas Prospect Cup commentator, and Diego Gracia, aka Alistar, will be presenting our first award.
Thank you, Wolfie, and thank you everyone for allowing me the honor of announcing our first award here on tonight's show. I will be proud to announce the Newcomer of Year award. You might know him as Jareth Hagen, but we all know him as Crowbar Joe here in the TPC. Congratulations to you from Edinburgh North High School. It is great to see you, and as we all know, the Newcomer of the Year award is to the people who can show up day one and hit the ground running. So I'm so happy to see what you have to offer us in the future, and I can't wait to see more as you progress through the series. we'd like to say just one more time, congratulations, Crowbar Joe, on this wonderful achievement. You have made it here through the TPC, fighting your way to the top and placing second at our hosted LAN event. And just congratulations on all your hard work. You have truly earned this momentous occasion, and to all your hard efforts, this award is gladly given to you.
Well, thank you, Alistar. And, Crowbar Joe, he's been one of the players that saw himself a staple, getting first place in our fall LAN, getting second place in our spring LAN. And he's continued to put the work in to continue finding himself as one of the top here at the Texas Prospect Cup. But there's so many players that can continue getting recognized. And one, our Rising Star Award. Who will find themselves being that next player to look out for? And it's one where I'm very excited to see how he continues to thrive and continues finding ways to improve his skill. But person that will be able to get this award is going to be the Miller Jordan Middle School head coach in Jimothy, aka Jacob Martinez.
For introducing me in. It is my privilege and my honor to introduce this award. This has been one of the more interesting awards that we get to give out. It awards a student who has really done his or her best, who's really done their best to improve, who's really made their mark, and is showing that they are continuing to improve. We can't wait to see what they do in the future. We can't wait to see how they continue to progress. But without further ado, I would like to announce the winner of this year's Rising Star Award. And that winner is Monkey, or Daniel Alexander Moreno from Veterans Memorial Academy. This is a very special award, or a very special time for me to give this award, because this is a student that I've watched grow throughout the years. He's a veteran with TPC. He's been here since the very beginning, since it began, and he's struggled and fought to continue to get to where he is today. Nobody has made more effort and tried harder to get to this point, and none of my students that I have seen have gone and done as much as possible to get to where they are going, to get to where they are now, and to continue on going forward. It is once again, it is my honor and my privilege to give this award to Monkey Daniel Alexander Moreno. We'll take things back to our host, Wolfie, for the next award.
Well, that's already two students that have seen themselves with great recognition. And, as people continue to rise up, so do we as a league. And it's one where we've seen so much improvement in the 2 years, going on 3 years for the Texas Prospect Cup. And, these students have continued finding ways to show us that their dedication should be noticed. And, when you look at how much they've been able to work in, it's showing that, this is not just a passion project. This is something that they want to do for the rest of their lives. And we have so many students who have been able to take that leap from amateur to competitor and hopefully to professional as the Texas Prospect Cup continues going on. And that's why we continue trying to improve here in the league. And one person who saw themselves improving will be up for this next award for the most improved player. And this is an award where, it's tough to be able to have that mental to continue finding ways to get better each and every time. But a person who you just saw in Jimothy will be showing us that next award.
To be presenting this next award. When you think of improvement and you think of growth, it's easy to try to equate it to wins and losses. It's easy to try to use that as your metric. But for all of us, growth happens very gradually over time. All of these students have definitely experienced growth. I've definitely seen their progress throughout this year. But there's one student in particular, there are several students in particular who I know for a fact have tried so much. I've been able to spend some time with most of those students. And so to see them grow has been an honor. But we only get to give one award for most improved player, and I'm happy to announce that winner right now. The winner of most improved player from San Benito High School, we have Tex Wolves GX, Adrian Rodriguez. Adrian is a student that I've known from when he was in middle school. Now he's in high school, and he's making his way through the ranks. Seeing his growth from those years to now has been incredible to watch. but particularly this year with the amount of competition that TPC has offered and the amount of the variety of players that he's been able to play has really pushed him to his limit and has taught him to learn more about himself as a player and about his character and play style. He definitely deserves this award, and it is my honor once again to give the award of Most Improved Player to Adrian Rodriguez, our very own Tex Wolves GX. We'll bring things back to our host Wolfie for the next award.
Well, improvement's part of the game, and we want to continue improving here at the Texas Prospect Cup. And we heard your feedback at this past year's LAN, and don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we heard it when we're going to make a difference. And one thing that you all wanted was more opportunities to be on LAN. And with that, we'll be bringing back our seeding LAN at the start of each season. This is going to give students an opportunity to show their skills off before the season even kicks off, so they can see themselves with a very proper rank where they feel that, hey, I want to be number one. I want to be number two. I want to see myself at the top of this. So they're going to have more opportunities in person to get that done. And, you know, one person that's been able to get it done, especially for this next award, for our No Days Off award, is one player who's continued to see himself grind off the pitch and on the side, where he wants to make sure that his skills are at the top-notch level. And a person who saw those skills is going to be able to get this next award going. Alistar and Diego Gracia.
Thank you, Wolfie. And it's with great pleasure to announce the 4th award of this TPC season, the No Days Off Award, the player who has dedicated the most amount of time to practicing, to honing their skills, and to make it to where they are today. I am proud to announce that this award goes to Jaden Cortreras, or otherwise known as JJ from Far San Juan Alamo High School. Congratulations. Congratulations, JJ, on this award. You know, it is titled the No Days Off Award, but you have definitely earned your break. But do not let it get to you, and I can't wait to see how you go further into the next season, as we will be seeing you there. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see how much you improve, where you go from here, and to see how much you can actually rise to the occasion.
You know, and he's continued to rise to the occasion. As a student who I've been able to see quite a bit on campus when I'm there at PSJ High School. And you know, he's a player that has been able to really get a lot done. And I'm excited to see a senior. So next year, we'll be going to the collegiate scene, and I believe going to UTRGV. So a potential vaquero who will see himself playing at the college level. But you know, one thing that we've seen is that these players have been able to play at their best. And it's where even our talent, I have a big shout out to them for everything that they've been able to do throughout this season. It's been so many of them that have been able to say, hey, we're the best in the business, same way as these students. And that's why we want to recognize the best middle school player, and a person who has seen himself daily with some of these students for the middle school side of things is Jacob Martinez in Jimothy.
Thank you, Wolfie. As was mentioned earlier in the program, I am actually a middle school coach, so I get to interact with a lot of these middle school students, and I get to personally see their progress from the day to day. And this particular season has been very interesting because a lot of these middle schoolers, they had to compete against high school students. It was rough. It was a rough grind for them, and it could be very discouraging to go up against that kind of skill gap. But all of them have shown their dedication. All of them have shown just how much they want to pursue this and just how interested they are in continuing with esports in general. Now, with all that said, I would like to present the award for the best middle school player this year. And that award goes to Just Toast from Miller Jordan Middle School, also known as Derek Moreno. As I mentioned earlier, I've gotten to see this student progress, and I've gotten to see his progress. He definitely had a rough start at first, but getting to this point now, getting to where he is, still in the middle of his middle school career, he has put in so much work and put in so much dedication to continue to improve, to continue to do better. And it has definitely been an honor to see this. I'm so happy to present this award to him, and I'm so excited to see what he continues to do going forward with the remainder of his middle school career and on to high school. For the continuation of these awards, we'll take things back over to our host, Wolfie.
Well, in my opinion, playing at the middle school, especially starting there when your esport career starts, it's so pivotal. It allows you to have that extra jump into what high school looks like, what collegiate looks like, and what your own self-improvement is. And that's why we want to make sure these students continue getting that opportunity to get that as young as possible. But the best high school player award, that is what most of these students strive for, especially when they get into that next level. But one player who continue to see themselves going is one where Alistar continue to rave about as this year has gone along, and we're going to throw it to Alistar for our best high school player award.
Thank you, Wolfie. And as for mentioned before, I've raved about them plenty enough. You all know them, you all love them, so it is with great pleasure I announce the Best High School Player Award to none other than Glitter, Ocean Halomo from Veterans Memorial Academy. Congratulations, you have definitely earned this through your progress through the season, and we can't wait to see more from you in the future. And it is congratulations, Glitter. We have seen you progress throughout this entire season so much. I have constantly hyped you up day in and day out. You are by far one of the shining stars here in the TPC, and we are so glad to be able to give you this award. Congratulations, you have worked hard and through the ranks to earn your way here, and we will be able to see you in the future. Congratulations.
Well, there's so much that the future holds, especially here at the Texas Prospect Cup. And one thing that you all can find here coming into the fall is potentially a new platform for us here for the TPC, where you'll be able to get your matches. But what is that going to be? You're still going to have to find out. Make sure to go to our socials at TPC Esports on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, so you can stay up to date. And if you're enjoying the stream here so far, smash the heart button. Leave a follow. We're going every single day. We need your help to continue doing it. But this next player has been able to do it all year long, and it's one where actually the program itself has seen itself have some big aspects, and being able to get that next award for top esport program is going to be Jimothy.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Wolfie. Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting that. That's awesome to hear. Many thanks to everybody. I know I've been, I was a little shocked there. This was surprising for me. This was kind of thrown out of the blue for us, but I really genuinely appreciate this. This is something that I've genuinely enjoyed doing. I'm so happy to be part of TPC as a whole, and to be part of this entire program. It's been such an honor to be part of all of this. It's been an honor for my students to be involved in all of this as well. And that to me is the biggest payoff in everything. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that this award and this recognition. We don't ever do it for recognition, but genuinely it's amazing to be appreciated in this way. Thank you so much.
Well, you can see the shock there, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we do it. We want to continue showing these players and these students that they matter, and it all starts with the school that they all go to. And for Jimothy, it's one where he was part of the first program here when we started Texas Prospect Cup, and over the last couple of years have been an absolute huge part of things. And this year, he took care of 3 schools: San Benito High School, Veterans Academy, Memorial, and as well as Miller Jordan Middle School. So, it's one of those where it gave me great honor to be able to hand that award off to him. But, an award that everybody, I think, has been waiting for, especially every student, who's going to get the most valuable player. And, going back into our top esport program recipient in Jimothy will be presenting our most valuable player.
Thank you so much, Wolfie. After that pleasant surprise and after that whole little deal, this is also very much a big honor for me to be part of. As we were talking about earlier, esports is a growing field. This player, the most valuable player, he or she is going to be the one that has put in the most effort. They've done the most. They've worked hard to get where they're at throughout the entire season. It's by far the most prestigious award for a single person to achieve. And the player who gets this award has definitely put in the work for that kind of achievement. So, without further ado, we will announce our final award, our MVP award for this season of TPC. And that award goes to Ocean Halomo, or Glitter, from Veterans Memorial Academy. Already he had gotten the Best High School Award, and now getting the MVP. He has definitely put in a lot of work. I've had this student since he was in middle school, so to see his growth as well as the other students that I've mentioned in the past, that has been an honor to see. He's gotten to the point where I can no longer beat him. I remember the kid that I used to train that he struggled just to be able to take a single stock off of me. And now to the point where I can't even beat him anymore has been an incredible experience for me to see. A bit bittersweet as a player, but as a coach, it has been amazing to see his progress, and I know that with his amount of dedication and with his amount of time that he puts into this game, he will continue to go places, perhaps to the collegiate level, perhaps beyond. I can't wait to see what that might be. I can honestly say that this season, this award definitely deserves to go to him, and I'm so proud and so honored to be able to give this to Glitter. We'll take things back to our host, Wolfie, to close things off.
Well, from rising star to most valuable player, Glitter saw himself always training on the offside. And it's where we've seen him continue to grow. And like Jimothy mentioned, he's been a big staple. He's seen himself go from amateur to now going to locals and starting to compete. We've seen him for our final stock Sundays, and we're continuing to see him. Remember, he's only a freshman, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to be able to compete against Glitter, make sure to get into our Discord, !Discord, so you can keep up to date with all the action that we have, because he's not going anywhere besides up. And that's where we're hoping to continue going here for the Texas Prospect Cup, because next season, while we might continue things off for Super Smash Bros. And a $600 prize pool, a new game will be entering the field. We'll be going back to a game that we did back in season number 1 in Rocket League. Rocket League will see itself being our next game going into the fall and potentially the spring as well. And it's one where make sure to get your trio going, make sure to get your team, and make sure to get your high school all on board, because a full season of Rocket League, $150 on the table. So, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, like we mentioned earlier, smash the heart button, leave a follow, hit the notification bell. We're going every single day. We need your help to do it. But this wouldn't be able to be possible without everybody here, as well as everybody watching. You have been an absolute pleasure to be able to host over these last couple of years. And going into year number 3, it's one where, in year 1, in season 1, we didn't know where this was going, but we want to continue giving you all the best space to be able to compete and grow as players, as well as individuals. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that's all we have here for this year. That's going to close off year number 2. We're going into year number 3. If you want to be able to compete, like we mentioned earlier, we're going to be plugging in all night. Get into our Discord, !Discord. You'll be able to find that link and be able to see yourself maybe playing against Crowbar Joe, maybe playing against Monkey, and more importantly, maybe playing against the MVP and Glitter next year. But can you be able to top them off, to be able to come out here and see yourself at the top of the Texas Prospect Cup? A lot of names to continue seeing, and hopefully some new ones coming in next year. But ladies and gentlemen, my name's Wolfie Tuat, Eric Alexander Maleta. Big congratulations to everybody who won an award here tonight. Great job here for Creator Space for allowing us to come in and be able to shoot this inside their studio. Thank you to Jimothy, to Alistar, to Gino on the back end, to Comet, aka Ethan. You all know him at home, and that's in my opinion, the favorite here for the Texas Prospect Cup. But ladies and gentlemen, next year, like we mentioned, we got 3 LANs now. We have our seeding LAN, we have our play-in LAN, and then we have our playoff LAN. We'll be having a total of 6 next year, 3 in each season. So, the prize pool's not going down, it's only going up, and so is the skill. My name's Wolfie Too Hot, ladies and gentlemen, here for the Texas Prospect Cup. We love you. We'll see you all again next year with some more TPC action.